Hi, Cancer. It's Denise with Divine Soul Astrology, and today I'm here to discuss the April 2026 horoscopes, right? So this video is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but not necessarily in that order. It is more like the rising, the sun, and the moon. Uh, they're all important, but that would be more of the order in my opinion. All right, so Cancer, at the beginning of the month, which is in a couple days, we have the full moon in Libra. I've already done a video on that, so check that out for yourself if you would so like, right? But the month of April, there's going to be a focus on your career, or not career necessarily, your purpose, okay? Your higher purpose, your beliefs, what's meaningful to you. This is going to be in your ninth house, right? This is April will be focusing on your ninth house. And so, this is also the house of education, learning, and travel. All right. So it can be a time to explore a higher purpose, Cancer. It could be possibly related to career or the time when you are kind of reflecting on what's very meaningful for me, right? Yeah, exactly. It's very important to, that's very important for us, right? So your social role too, and how you show yourself to the world will likely have some importance to you. All right, how you show yourself to the world and, kind of how others classify you. Oh, he's, or he or she's she's a waitress and she's going to school, or it can be kind of like that, the social role, or she's a mother and, or becoming a grandmother. These are social roles, getting married and things like that, right? So that can be important for you as well in April. But Mercury, which rules thoughts, plans, and goals and communication, is in your ninth house, asking you to evaluate or think about your purpose. Yeah, and so, or what is meaningful to you as you move forward. Mars is very important this month because Mars is the ruler of Aries, and right, and the sun will be in Aries until the 19th when it moves into Taurus. So very important, like new endeavors and having courage this month. It really is. Um, and so, because that's what Mars really rules, right? Mars is action and courage. And so, yeah, that's going to be very important. And Mars is the ruler of the sun, right? The sun is in Aries. That's why Mars is the ruler until it moves into Taurus, right? So Mars enters its home sign of Aries. And when is that? I believe it is Mars is entering Aries on the 9th of the month. And so this is going to ramp things up, right? This is going to kind of, Mars always wants us to, it's a motivator. Yeah, it definitely is a motivator, Mars, right? And so this is going to be moving into your house of career and ambition and social. This is your social and your uh, your not only your professional roles, but this could be your personal role. Like, if you're not working, as I said, and maybe you're taking care of kids, like your grandkids or something like that. That is more of a social role, right? But that happens on the 9th. And Mercury now, we're talking about the planet of the mind and thinking and communication, moves into your 10th house of career on the 14th. So there's probably a lot of thought for you about your purpose, your career, or your role, maybe your social role, this month, right? And Mercury, the planet of intelligence, will be at 29 degrees in your ninth house of growth and expansion. That's where your purpose is, or what's meaningful to you, right? In that same house of growth and expansion, encouraging you to finish something, Cancer. It's in Pisces, so likely asking you to release something and move into and release something before, right? Maybe before Mercury enters Aries, right? Um, yeah, we can't have new beginnings unless we release like the old, right? That's how it works, of course. And the Aries season is always asking us to do that, really, to move into something new, right? It can be asking us to become a better, more courageous version of ourselves as well. So let's see what else I have, Cancer. On the 15th, the Mercury is going to get together with Saturn and Neptune both. Saturn, Neptune, and Neptune is our like our fantasy, our dreams, and our visions, but it is our illusions as well. But it is also asking us to trust our imagination and our intuition But the thing about, there's a thin line there all the time, between trusting your intuition and your imagination sometimes with that line of uncertainty or maybe escapism, right? Things like that. So we have to be a little careful, but here comes Saturn. Saturn's coming in with the seriousness, the reality part, and they're supporting one another. So it's a great thing. And then we're going to have Mercury there analyzing. So it's really kind of all about, we can say it's about analyzing our goals and our dreams and visions for the future, right? And Mercury is at 29 degrees. Anything at 29 degrees is always pushing you to do something, complete something, because Mercury, the planet, the Mercury wants to move into the next sign. So kind of get this finished, right? Yeah. hmm And let's see what else I have here. We have Mercury, as I said, is going to align with Saturn and Neptune. Um, and that will be conjoined with the natal moon, your own moon, right? That is in the middle of the alignment. Yes, what date is that? It's on the 15th. So we have the moon is always asking you to look at something in an emotional way. Is that good for me? Kind of, right? And sometimes the moon will, it is it is inviting us to trust in our dreams and our visions as well, the moon. It is our emotions, though, and it can be the depths of our soul, right? It's our mind, our emotional mind. It's also the emotional body, the connection to the body there. So, but the moon will be in between here. The moon's going to be in between Mercury um, and um, and Saturn and Neptune. Very interesting. And this is letting you look at your career or your social status themes, or perhaps whatever you want to achieve for yourself in a more mature way with drive and courage, but also in a self-nurturing way when we have the moon there. It can make you feel a little emotional, but the moon is, about self-nurturing as well, trusting your intuition. And, with Saturn there asking you to be realistic all at the same time, it's really what asking you to integrate all the great things of the universe, right? What the moon offers, what Mercury is offering, and what Saturn and Neptune are all offering, right? They're all a little bit of peace. They're all kind of, what we want for ourselves is to integrate all the kind of energies of the planets and the divine universe. And helps us live a better life. That's why astrology can really help us live a better life, right? It definitely can because it is showing you so much, which is empowering you, definitely. It can show you where you're going wrong as well. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's true. I kind of do that. I don't want to do that anymore, right? So we have the new moon in Aries, and that's on the 16th. And Aries, remember, Aries is about new beginnings and courage and things like that. Sometimes it's about being a little bit impulsive, right? But we have Neptune there. Remember that. Neptune, not Neptune, but Mercury, which wants us to think before we jump. But on the 16th, the new moon in Aries is again in your house of career here, Cancer. So big themes on career or how you show yourself to the world, your social status. Um, and then this is also the house of the father. Yeah. So the new moon in Aries, I mean, there could be something, about you're being a father, it could be, or about your father, possibly. On the 19th, the sun enters Taurus in your house of friends and social connections, social media. This is the house of hopes and wishes, gains, and the future, right? Usually financial gains from the 10th house of career, but this is very future. The sun in the 11th house is a great thing. Yeah, it is. And so the sun can bring you clarity, possibly Cancer. And on the 25th, we have Uranus, and that will be Uranus is a planet of unexpected change, chaos, surprises, but also breakthroughs and innovation. So, and Uranus will be there at the 29th degree in your house of finance and self-worth, Cancer. Yeah, and so actually, Uranus will move into it's going to move into, it'll be in Taurus, and Taurus is actually Cancer for you. Taurus is we have Gemini. Taurus is your 11th house of the future there. So, yeah, that's where Uranus is. And so, it'll be at the 29th degree. There's something you need to complete or let go of regarding those 11th house themes for yourself, which, I talked all about that, the future, friends, also innovation. And yeah, that's what the 11th house wants, innovation and sometimes independence, but it wants us for the purpose of innovating for the future, really for making the future much better. All right. And um, Venus, the planet of love, and material gain, right? For sure it is. Finance, self-worth, right? Harmony and balance. That will be supporting you. That is in your 11th house as well as Venus, but Venus will enter Gemini, will move into your 12th house, letting you release old patterns that might have to do with the way you show up in relationships, or the way you maybe your relationship with money even it could be just release old patterns of how you relate to other people. It doesn't always have to be relationships, right? But you could be feeling more adaptive, right? It could be maybe in love, but a little bit more like able to kind of adapt or change, right? It could be with Uranus there as well. Um, And so, yeah, and you can experience breakthroughs, Cancer, spiritual breakthroughs, intuitive insights about yourself, relationships, about, all the themes I was talking about as well, right? Future-oriented ideas and things like that. So thank you so much for joining me here. If you've enjoyed my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell and you'll be notified of my next upload. If you'd like a reading, I'm a psychic. I have all kinds of great readings, astrology readings, past life readings, and those are really very powerful to help you understand yourself at a very deep level. It's the whole idea of it, right? Lots of great readings on my website. So check that out. Thank you so much.